Straight Politicking, Spider Loc,
East Side,
Munchie B the mayor.
Whoa.
And I'm Alex Alonso, and we back to bring y'all another one. And we got July 4th. We celebrating the country's birthday, but we don't really care about none of that stuff. What y'all got popping for this July 4th? I know you got something going on, something brewing.
I'm probably going to be late catching to a plate. I don't really know what's happening on that date. Juneteenth is past. We celebrated our liberation that day, but I know it's going to be a time for people to get together. So I'm not going to run away from nothing. I'll be pulling up somewhere to get a plate. I don't know.
I'm moving around. I'm from Inglewood, probably hang out in Boston with the homies. And, you know what I'm saying? It be lit everywhere for 4th of July.
I'm going to the beach, y'all.
You about to put your sand? You better not have them thong sandals on, bro.
Oh man,
you know the little sandals with the go between your big toe and the.
Yeah, I don't feel knuckery now.
Nah, I'm going to the beach. I got my nephew visiting. I got all 3 of my kids gonna pull up, and we're gonna go to the beach. We want to go. We actually want to go in the water.
That's what I was gonna ask.
What big? Well, I ain't gonna say what beach.
Nah, but I can tell you which one we not going in the water of.
Dock water.
No, Venice is the go-to beach for us, but apparently the water in Venice ain't really. It ain't up to par. So we're gonna find a more cleaner beach. We got about what 30, 40 beaches from Long Beach, curling all the way around the Palos Verdes, coming up Manhattan, Hermosa,
Going to Redondo,
Playa, yeah, all the way to Venice, Santa Monica.
I never been to Long Beach, the beach Long Beach. But somebody told me here you have. I'm like, well, I don't remember if I did.
They got a dope aquarium out there. Is it Cabrillo? Is Cabrillo?
I don't want to misquote. It may be.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. Is Long Beach insane hood or just in Long Beach? Because you know how like the Venice shoreline, that beach is they hood?
I'm not sure if the beach is banging out at the beach. I don't know if the beach is.
all of the hoods in Long Beach are north of PCH. I think once you get to PCH, the hoods kind of end. I don't think there's any hoods south of PCH.
Okay, because I know how the Venice shorelines, that's they beach. They be up there hanging out.
Yeah, it is. I put the beach is their hood. Because once you go to Oakwood, you could walk to Oakwood from the beach. That's their hood. And we got to let everybody know what people can hear in the background, because I hear it in the headphones. But, hey, it's one of those days we got the window open. But if you're in L.A., this just normal living, right?
Yeah, I know we got hoodies on, y'all, but it's hot. Oh, my mama, it's hot.
No, but I hear the ghetto bird outside.
Yeah, we don't know if they're looking for a suspect or if they're monitoring traffic. We've been debating on that for the last few minutes.
What did Ice Cube say about the ghetto bird?
A lot.
Well, he's pretty much put the ghetto bird in hip hop.
Ghetto Bird was his one. He had the song titled Ghetto Bird, but he's mentioned it in many songs.
Yeah, he's the king of integrating LA's version of the ghetto bird. And you know, LA is the first city with a ghetto bird.
Oh, really?
Yeah, first city with SWAT. SWAT was invented by the LAPD. Yeah.
Hey, but remember when we first interviewed way back in 2016, I told you we don't get the helicopter in Inglewood.
Yeah, the airport.
We got an aircraft.
Yeah,
it's a fly zone. You know what I'm saying?
That's a beautiful thing.
I know. Back in the robbery days, we was always taught if you gotta get ghosts and you don't really got a destination, go toward the airport because the bird can't go in that area.
Yeah, but we're known for that ghetto bird. But for some reason, I cannot think of an Ice Cube ghetto bird quote right now. Just look at my.
Yeah, I can't believe I drew a blank.
Good with the quote. That's why I asked you. You good with those Ice Cube quotes?
Man, now you're gonna make one pop up.
All right, let's move on then. Happy birthday, America! I think America's 246 years old. I might be off 1 or 2 years on that, but hey, when you think about it, America's a relatively young country when you think of the history of countries.
So when is the 4th? Friday?
This week. We just gonna say this week. This week.
Hey, America, it shows people you could be whatever you want to be.
Munchie got on red, white, and blue.
You could be whatever. I ain't gonna tell nobody they can't be something. If this man's the president, and then he get found guilty, and then he run for president again, you could be whatever you want to be, bro. We got the Terminator as the governor. You be whatever you want.
A lot of people say using examples that benefit from white privilege.
White privilege?
Yeah, you're using white examples, which is, you know, I guess that's cool, but how does that help us? There was the governor of Minnesota. He was a wrestler. What was Jesse Ventura? He became,
oh wow, sure did.
He became governor of Minnesota, but
and he was white.
Yeah, another white example.
Ronald Reagan was a television personality too, before he became president or whatever.
Man, let Kendrick run for president. Cause there was some idiots that gave Kanye a vote.
I know Kendrick could get Mayor of Compton, definitely.
Oh yeah, he got that.
Yeah, he can get that.
He got that if you want.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This came on my timeline that 600 had a fight. I didn't get to really.
They called it a fight.
I didn't get to tap in with it. I did see a clip of 600 and then somebody that looked like half his size about to squabble up with him. So I was just like,
he probably wasn't even quite half his size if you just do the direct math.
If you do the weight?
Yeah, the weight. I don't think he was even 50% of his weight.
I think Odo was like 170 or something, and what 600 like 360 something.
360, yeah.
That's stupid, bro.
Yeah. So what did you guys get from checking out this fight? How did this fight? Who was the opponent first of all?
I can't even say his name, but he was marketed and billed as a slim guy that knocks out. I think they called him the Giant Slayer. He's supposed to be knocking out big guys 600 side on a routine basis, apparently. So that's why they tried to build it and market it as a fair fight. But for 600 to claim to be a professional fighter, I don't believe he did his image as a fighter any justice by participating in that event. And the performance was
gimmicky.
Yeah, it's extremely. I mean, the weight difference was so disparaging. The guy couldn't stand to get next to 600 without getting knocked down. Not necessarily a punch, just bodies making contact, and the other guy would like get sprawled to the ground, bro.
But you know, what they where they boxed at, anybody could climb in the ring right there, right?
Yeah, I'm familiar.
You go this week and then next week have a fight up there like that. That ain't about nothing, bro. That's really embarrassment to somebody that claimed to be a professional.
And then after the fight, right after the announcement of the winner, seemed like he got tackled and dry humped. I didn't get that part either, cause I don't know what that was about. But somebody entered the ring and took him down to the canvas and
like a football pal type style.
Yeah, similar to that. Yeah.
All right. So the guy's name is Casey Mays. I don't know, bro. Never heard of bro. Are you guys familiar with him?
Not at all.
No.
And did he get any good licks in during the fight?
Not at all.
How many rounds was it?
Scheduled for 3 or 4. They couldn't quite get that right in the beginning, but it went 1.5, I think. Or it went 2, and then the dude didn't come out anymore for the third. It was over.
All right, so I hope you didn't pay for this one, too.
A lot of people said that they thought it was staged.
Okay. You remember being on the phone with Freeway Ricky Ross, and I was like, hey, so you was the one paying for 600 fights? He said, yeah. I heard it with my own ears. You know what I'm saying? But shit, I don't know.
So it was a big waste of time.
Definitely.
Was this 1111 Network promoting the fight?
I don't believe so. But shout out to Nick. Nick did initially make me aware of that location, and I had a conversation with the guy that runs it when we were trying to prepare something in the past. So, you know, I don't think 1111 was officially involved with it, but Nick probably had his hand in it somewhere in the back end.
Yeah, they tossed this nigga, my nigga Mike J, some paper to promote it. You know what I'm saying? This dude named Mike J from Inglewood to promote it one weekend or whatever. But you know,
so we could just say that the 600 fight versus Casey Mays was a colossal failure.
Extreme.
Obviously, there's a size difference. KC goes for the head. 600 wraps him up. The referee has to break this up. Here we go again. Oh, a right hand by 600. There's a left hand. He's leaning on KC. Oh. 3.
And I would have to say pretty much everything that this guy 600 does is a failure. Hey, I know we talk, bro, but I ain't been cool with you since you've been recording, folks.
It was like a parody of a boxing match. You could say that much.
I used to get on the phone with the dude. I didn't.
I remember.
We had him here at StreetTV twice.
We indeed did.
But something's changed over
Something definitely has changed. He felt comfortable at one point to go on camera and cock a gun and address me in a very negative way. That blew my mind. So the whole world saw us go through that little ordeal. I don't know what 600 overall end goal is with some of those antics, but you know that's him.
But I know Munchie B been asking me since the very first day this dude showed up on the scene, He was like, "Who the f is this dude?"
Well, you have no idea how Munchie B drilled me about him.
Because you know Munchie B grew up right next to the 6-0s. So anybody that's between 30 and 40, and that's from that section, Munchie B knows who they are.
This is why he got so frustrated with me and gave me the main reason why he gave me that title, Crip Attorney. Because we chop up everything we see in our culture on a regular base. And when 600 antics come up, I would never give him exactly what he was looking for when we discussed 600. It used to frustrate him to death. 600 don't even know how I used to not chop him down behind the scenes when I had opportunity to do so.
Everybody know who everybody is. Like, if I play for the Lakers, you gonna know who the boy is over there from the Boston Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Or if you a boxer from rolling 60s, I want to know what Inglewood families, Trey Gangsters, or Hoover you knocked out. If you was outside, you know what I'm saying? I hear about the fighters from over there. Never heard of the dude. Never in life. But, hey, you know what I'm saying? They just want to treat gangs like the YMCA and just join. That shit'll get you hurt. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Well, apparently he has some sort of ties because some people know him. I seen him talking to other folks, so his ties are there, but they kind of like they're unclear. They're not strong.
I never took liberty for me to try to decipher them online because, like you say, there are some ties. So my perspective on the ties is not really made for. It don't matter. He got some ties. So I've always accepted it at that.
Hey, but if you a part of any gang because of just one particular person, that's called a buddy pass. So you was on a buddy pass, dude. Him and the retarded one. That was on a buddy pass because of Big U.
Hey, should we make an official gangbang lingo pamphlet?
Yeah, hey, because if you from a hood just because of this one particular person, then when you fall out with him, then what?
No, your point resonates well.
So like you and that one dude was on a buddy pass because of Big U, and now it ain't cool with Big U. You can't go to a hood day, a meeting, or a funeral.
At the boxing match, he had Eddie Boy with him.
I ain't gonna speak of them because I don't know the specifics with that dude. I just know a little bit about a little bit. But them two dudes, they was on a buddy pass. And once you're not buddies with that particular person, it's all bad at that point.
Hey, do you know where the venue was at for this fight?
Pasadena, California.
Yeah, it's in Dino. It's in the same place every week.
And anybody could have pulled up.
Definitely.
Right. The smoker in my hood could get a fight next week right there.
It was quite a bit of armed security with dogs and all type of outside the location. I don't know who you can give credit for that, but it was heavily armed security on deck.
All right, so they make sure they try to keep it safe.
Definitely.
All right, there's definitely not a place if you're trying to pull up on somebody.
Nah, grown men ain't got no business pulling up on each other at business events to cause no confusion, no way.
All right. Hey, man, I need to know, I thought we had already cleared the air. I thought everything had been fixed. I thought conversations took place. I thought all misunderstandings were now understood. What's up with you and Bricc Baby, man?
Shit, I guess ain't nothing up because I wasn't really tripping, man. Initially, I was irritated at Bricc Baby because the way he was discussing the potential of me having illegal narcotics in my system online and just other little things about that conversation. I appreciate when I tried to get at him, he was a little less than receptive. But then, like you said, to my understanding, we had ironed it out. It was water under the bridge. We spoke quite a few times. But then when I reacted to the video of him twerking, he tended to seemingly get offended because, unbeknownst to me, it was his daughter filming him. And I was told that the caption where the video came from insinuated that it might have been a tranny. So, you know, when I was in here laughing at him, clowning him, I stated that. I said I couldn't prove it, but I thought that the female voice may belong to a switcheroo. And then, for some reason, when I know Bricc know better, he chose to go with the concept that I knew that was his daughter and that was disrespectful and it was basically fucking me. He blocked me and all that. So I ain't tried to reach out to him since he said don't call his phone. That's funny to me because I like, if you could check my whole history, I don't do many outgoing calls, period, like to nobody. So it's not like a thing for me not to call anyone. But yeah, Bricc went big on me. He went, you know, he acted like he was through communicating with me through being my comrade. I didn't necessarily want it to go that way, but that's the decision he made, it seems.
Okay, now, once I found out about the misunderstanding, I sent him a message because maybe hearing from another person of our true intent might have an impact. So I wrote to Bricc, sent him a text. I said, Spider, honestly did not know that was your daughter in the video. I hate to see a fallout over a misunderstanding. Apparently there was a caption that there was, and there was also a Reddit post where that info came from. He also cleared up the mistake on the following episode that dropped 2 days ago. Call Spider, please.
Oh, when you sent that? 2 days ago? That was a while.
I sent this last week on Thursday.
Oh, okay.
So I said, and then I ended it with let's all stay united. I got no.
What did he say?
I got no response from Bricc on that one.
I had talked to Adam and I said that was a caption off Instagram. He said, yeah, it was in the Reddit also. So I guess it came from whatever that Reddit thing is, and then it was a caption on Instagram on one of them little pages. But yeah, that's just what the caption said. Like, and you said allegedly.
I said allegedly, and for a fact, I believe Bricc Baby was offended by something other than the fact that that was his daughter and I didn't know it. I think he really got my point when I was telling him we should do our best to only speak highly about one another online, and that can cover all this miscommunication. He didn't quite get that message, so I said, okay, I'm gonna show you my version of having fun with things that don't make you look that good. And I think he didn't like the way I laughed about the hoochie mama shorts and the tricking and the twerking in general. And I think he just used that as a scapegoat with his daughter. So I want to also say to his daughter once again, little mama, if you happen to see this, hear this, I had no idea you was involved in that video. I would have never done something so ridiculous as to laugh at you or clown you.
Because I later heard that video came from her TikTok. Later, after all this.
Yeah, I knew none of that.
Yeah, I heard that later, way later.
And I think it's important to note that his daughter wasn't seen in the video. It was just her voice. We were just hearing her voice. So, you know, everything was just speculation.
That's what I hate, the fact that our communication turned on a point so bogus. Now, if he really if he didn't like me talking about the twerking or the hoochie mama shorts, I could accept that. Like, all right. But when you gonna flip it and make me look like I did something inappropriate to a minor, discuss them inappropriately online, that's bullshit, cuz.
So do you believe that he's taking the family criticism route, which is the most probably easiest one to attach onto?
And gather support.
Yeah. In his quest to separate from you.
Yes, indeed.
Even though the other stuff was more real, the other criticism was more real, more legit, what you were saying.
Yes, and it's the type of shit I would never bite my tongue on. I won't take back. Like, I would attempt to feel, I don't want nobody to view me as somebody that would go bad on someone's daughter, and he knows that. But I don't give a fuck about people see me as a person that don't approve of Crips twerking or wearing hoochie mama shorts. I'm never gonna bite my tongue on that.
Hey, but Bricc he's been through so many things on No Jumper during the last couple of years. It seems like his skin is thick as an alligator, that there's nothing that would come between two neighborhoods.
Yeah, I seen him do passionate speeches, going at the top of his lung, like almost holding back tears, talking about him and DW Flame, his homies. They always gonna be homies no matter what. He cut me short quick. And I've been standing in the gap for Bricc, not saying that Bricc needed me in the gap. But everybody know Brick's career online has been quite controversial over the last couple of years. And every time he was making headlines with controversy and it seemed like the crowd was against him, I would be standing there supporting him. It's all documented.
I don't know what's real and what's fake, though. A lot, man, shit's weird, bro. So a lot of that shit be manufactured content. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't play that game. So if you see me involved, everything that my input be real. Now, if I'm getting faked by somebody else, I can't speak for them.
So what you mean by that, Munch, that the content could be fake? Like, in what way?
Because all right, when DW had double back up to No Jumper, and then I guess it might have been live. I'm assuming it was live. You know, Bricc Baby called in like, "Hi, we been playing y'all for 2 weeks straight. I've been trying to." It was real, but he said it was fake. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to smooth the playing field out, like, you know what I'm saying? But we don't know what's real or what's fake. Then you know, P Nice was saying he wasn't really trying to address the story about what happened at No Jumper, whether choked or hemmed up or whatever. But when it come out, it's kind of like what Bricc Baby said, even though you don't want nobody putting their hands on you, period. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it wasn't, you was like, out of like on some bro shit, kick back, man, your your daughter here, your wife. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know. I can only accept that from certain people to grab me like that though. Like certain, just can't know anybody just touch me like, you know what I mean? So I don't be knowing what's real and what's fake, man. Should be strange.
Well, you know, it's at No Jumper. That's an issue. We don't know what's real, what's fake, what's scripted, what's planned, what's pre-planned. I saw this ridiculous thing on No Jumper when Wack 100 was sitting there. They was wrapping up the interview for their show with Adam. His daughter was sitting next to him, and this tall guy came in there and said,
overalls,
with overalls on, and was like, "Is you Wack 100?"
He did that good.
And for a second, I was like, "Ooh!" Somebody just walked up on and got into the set, because I do believe you can get onto the set, because I saw Tariq Nasheed get up on VLADTV one day to get up on another brother that was being interviewed, and that was real.
I don't know how Vlad's setup is though.
Yeah, it's a different. But so I'm watching this, and eventually the dude in the overalls, it was all a skit. It was all fake.
I know that's fake.
But I want to use that moment to make another point about Bricc Baby and his daughter. Because I remember me and Munchie B was either on Clubhouse or somewhere, and we was reacting to that moment. And when we was talking about it, we was like, I was like, then his daughter was right there. Munchie was like, oh, that's his daughter? I'm like, yeah. And immediately, we trolling Wack, but we immediately, oh, that was a beautiful young lady. I ain't got nothing to say about her. God bless her, da-da-da-da. Now let's get back to trolling. So if we gonna make sure we steer clear of that for Wack, you know goddamn well, if I got anything going on with Bricc, I got daughters, bro. I'm not finna be come on, Bricc, come on, cause say you don't like something else I said, cuz don't let that be it, please. But yeah, we ain't gotta go back to that again.
Hey, but one reason why I thought the skit was real, because Wack turned to his daughter and said, "You know what? Leave the set." I was like, "Okay, this might be something that can go up," but that whole thing was a skit.
But the energy Wack put out is somebody even get that close to him, or he just go buck him down. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting on the gunshots.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that Bricc is watching. Obviously, he's watching. He's listening. And Bricc, man, we got nothing but love for you over here at StreetTV. We got nothing but love for you over here at Straight Politicking. And hopefully you and Spider can mend y'all differences. I hate to see it between any men, but especially it's weird that both of y'all is neighborhoods and on the internet as some of the top 2 Crip representatives, and is having this I want to say a minor misunderstanding.
All right, but before we exit Bricc though, right? Because he had this leaked phone call, and I still stand on, bro. That's not gangster recording people, bro. That's or whatever you call yourself. That's not gangster, hustler, or groovy. It ain't none of that shit. So first of all, that's weak. And he touched on a couple people during this hour-long phone call or whatever. But my name came up. And
oh shoot, your name came up in that call?
Right.
Damn.
And he say, the picture I got hanging from the Slauson sign?
Yep.
I guess after I took that picture, I got ran down on or chased into like a 7-Eleven or something like that.
The 7-Eleven across the street from Yee's Chinese food.
And that's where I was coming from, right?
Yeah.
But hold on, let me see. I'm gonna call the homegirl that was with me that day, right? She don't gangbang or nothing. But
call the homegirl. While you calling the homegirl, I'm gonna let the people know that Yee's Chinese food place is not there anymore. They closed it down some years ago, but they used to have some bomb shrimp fried rice. Yep. I actually catered a party one time and ordered all my food from Yee's.
I wonder why they closed down. They probably went back to their country or something. Huh?
Yeah, and then right across the street from Yee's, is that Slauson and Overhill?
Like Angela Vista, Overhill, same shit.
Yeah, there's a 7-Eleven right over there. And there's an alley behind that 7-Eleven where you'll always see Overhill graffiti hit up in that alley. And
I used to hit that corner all the time in high school. My girl stayed right up in there.
I used to catch a bus right there to go to the Fox Hills Mall back in the day. All right, here we go.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
All right, look. Because I told you earlier I was going to be calling you. I didn't want to tell you what I was going to ask you, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, remember... all right. First of all, who took the picture when I was hanging from the Slauson sign?
Me.
All right, and we was what getting what we was getting to eat?
Some yeast.
All right. Now on that picture, somebody said, "All right, look. So we got the yeast. I was in there comfortable, waiting on the food, chilling. Okay, we get in your car. We pull to the corner I'm like, hey, hold on, take my picture. I hop up there, you take it, and then after that, what happened?
We pulled off, no problem.
All right, but Bricc Baby, he say after that, I got chased into a 7-Eleven or something.
Huh?
I got chased into a 7-Eleven.
No, we got in my car with no problem. Nobody did nothing to you or said nothing to you.
Wasn't
We
no,
was there for a while.
right?
Was it just y'all two?
Yeah, it was just us.
Okay.
It was just us, and we.
I mean, I could name many times where it just been me and you, and we done did something, and ain't nothing happened to you, and you done been somewhere you ain't supposed to be.
Yeah, but he done repeated this like 5 times. I'm starting to think it was somebody else with glasses.
What, talk about that picture?
Yeah, when you hanging from the Slauson.
No.
Yeah.
No, we literally went to Yee's. If anybody know how Yee's was, Yee's took a long time for your food.
We was in there chilling.
Yeah, and you really hopped out. I hopped out with you. We took the picture. We got back in the car, and we left with no problem.
All right, man, though. Hey, shout out your book real quick before I hang up.
Which one?
Everybody just go.
Go on Amazon and get my books. Author Shelly P. CHELLYP. I got 4 books on Amazon right now.
All right, bad. I'm gonna call you after I'm done recording.
Wait, what's her name?
Shout out Shelly P.
Shelly P?
Shelly P.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shelly.
Hello.
All right, Michelle, I'm gonna hit you.
All right.
All right.
I like to clarify something about that phone call too.
What about it?
The nigga Dino was on there chopping it up. Whoop. Now I know Dino for some time past, and I don't know what would make him say what he said on the call about snatching a gun out of my hands.
Oh, wait up. Your name was brought up in that phone call, too?
Mama.
Okay, that's just for everyone to know, this phone call was over an hour long. I listened to the first 15 minutes of it, and then I just cut it off. So
I listened to it, so me and Cuz had.
And wait, let's just explain to the people. This is a phone call between Luce Cannon
And Bricc
Baby, and another brother.
And a nigga named Dino.
And let's just clarify that Luce Cannon was illegally recording this phone call while it was taking place in real time, and then posted it to someone posted it to the internet.
The nigga said he snatched a gun out of my hand. No man ever upon the face of the earth has ever snatched a gun out of my hand. I would not even be discussing no interactions with a gun with another nigga unless it happened on this phone call and it came out. There is a situation in our past where I allow him to borrow a weapon that I never got back. And it was under like, oh, I need for a lick. He went to this thing. Shit went bad. I got you. He ended up going to prison before I was able to get it straightened out. And it was kind of like water under the bridge, no big deal. But ain't nobody never took or snatched nothing from you. So I don't know why he would say that.
Is there a incident where he might be confusing it, where there's some misunderstanding?
Well,
he just told you.
I know, but no, that's different.
No, it sounds like
from giving somebody a gun or letting someone borrow.
Like having a real. We have one dynamic between us that includes a weapon that used to be mine. He had it, and I didn't get it back.
No, the reason why I ask is maybe he snatched a gun from somebody else.
Nah, you ain't
borrowed.
getting nothing confused like that.
Let me finish for the people that are listening.
All right.
Maybe he snatched a gun from somebody else during the same period you gave him one, and he's confusing the stories. That could happen. You jack one dude, you get something, someone else gives you something, and then you forget who was who.
Dino know he ain't snatched nothing from me.
Okay.
I don't know why he would even say that, but he know he ain't did that.
It almost seemed like, because the short time my name did get brought up, and he was like, yeah, you know, me and Munchie was, you know what I'm saying, outside around the same time. You know what I'm saying? He cool, he ain't no threat. Like, he telling Luce Cannon that, because I could imagine his homies probably get at him about even sitting across from me, you know what I'm saying? So I take it more so he like trying to, like, water it down a little bit. But, like, I mean, I just don't pose a threat. And people don't want to put that shit out on the internet. That's why I say every time, I don't want no pod beefs. Remember with milk? But niggas keep poking bears and shit. And, you know what I'm saying? I'll let that be known. Like, I don't want no pod beefs and all that little internet shit, but, you know what I'm saying? You putting shit like that in that Luce Cannon nigga head talking about who not a threat. Shit.
All right, so let's just clarify these two situations that came up in the phone call. You clearly went to Yee's, took a picture with your friend, left, not a problem, not an issue, nothing ever happened. Nah. That Bricc Baby's claiming.
Yeah,
okay,
they take forever for that shit to get ready. I was up there for some time.
Yeah, and then that situation, Bricc Baby could be confusing chasing somebody else.
I think he might have chased somebody else. That's more a thing than
your theory works better on his situation than on my situation.
I always have 4 eyes, whether it was glasses or shades. So you chased the wrong nigga with glasses. So like, if you listen to the call, he chased somebody to 7-Eleven or some shit. In my hood, you get chased in 7-Eleven. We go come in after you, you'll get stumped out, or you know what I'm saying? Shit, what I was doing, hide behind the chips. I don't know. I don't get it, but.
Okay, so in your situation, Spider, you're saying this guy is clearly embellishing this entire story.
Man, this was my friend, my homie, my partner. We was claiming cousins, bro. It was never we never had an argument, disagreement, or nothing. Me and Puto went to Nipsey funeral, just me and Puto. But you know how after that, everybody waited for his body to come through the city?
Yep.
After the funeral, I was with this nigga. We was posted up, me, him, and Puto. This is my partner. He just did a little stretch in prison. The night he went to prison, we were together. So when he got out and he was linked up with them dudes, that's where the first miscommunication came with. And so I guess, you know, whatever, he politicking, chopping up, talking, we came to an understanding. But I realized this conversation was from like some weeks ago. And the nigga, I just didn't expect he was gonna lie like that. I did allow him to use my tool at one point, agreeable, whoop-de-whoop. Then he, you know, how shit happened, I can't say it was true or not. He hit me with it went bad, I had to whoop, wop, 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 I'm gonna get you. And we remained friends for a period of time until he happened to go to prison one night we was together.
So how long ago did this gun situation happen?
This was I think this was like either right before COVID or around in that time. I think about 4 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago. Okay,
so it was before the Nipsey funeral.
Yes, and we were still at the Nipsey funeral together, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. So that's 2019.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well,
I got pictures with the nigga and all that. We'd have been out Oxnard hanging out. Just me, him, and his girl at the bar. His girl used to do bartending, so we'd go to where she working and hang out and have a ball.
So he referred to you as his relative at one time?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, he became cousins on that phone calls with Bricc Baby too, though. So all three are related, huh?
I ain't gonna lie, we was pushing it on some, you know,
blood cousin shit.
Yeah, but him and Bricc Baby seem to have realized they really may have some genetics,
some relation.
And with that being said, they kind of favor.
Now, after you heard that, did you pick up the phone and call him up and say, "Hey, what's going on?"
No, because when I first was puzzled about it, I realized that for one, because we already spoke and agreed to not be clashing, so I realized that the conversation was before then, but I still just had to clarify that ain't nobody on the face of the earth never ever snatched anything from me, let alone a gun, including Cuz. Although it's like an embellishment, he did end up in possession of a weapon that he got from me that I never got back though. Eastside.
You know, he told that story more than once, bro. Then it just sounded like a cloud chase to me.
Yeah, but he know better than that.
That's not no confusion. That's a deliberate story you trying to tell.
Yeah, but he know better than that. So my grandbaby heartbeat, he ain't snatched no gun from me.
And that's the first time you've ever heard of that version.
Yes. That blew my mind. I was totally shocked to hear him say that.
So at some point, you want a conversation with him, a private conversation.
For what? In order to do what?
To say, hey, you lie. Like, what do we normally say when we hear somebody lying on our name?
If it's a public lie, I'll get in the black box and say that's a lie. I don't call and ask Wack why he lying about me.
Okay.
I don't be trying to, cause you know, like it be a fiasco amongst the Crips on the internet. And I don't know what type of dude he is, so
he a fool.
Yeah, I get on the line like, you know what I'm saying, this black community.
No, look, he a big old fool, homie.
I ain't tripping. I just want to, cause he has so much disdain in his voice when he was like, Spider Loc let a blood on his platform. I'm like, huh? Like that seemed like it almost came from like a opposition on my hood or something. Like why you sound like that?
You know what? I also think some of them statements that he was sounding like real ridiculous on. He was throwing them out there trying to bait Bricc Baby to bite and say some shit on them subjects.
Yeah, Bricc didn't bite.
He didn't bite on everyone.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't bite on me at all. But I'm like, damn. I was wondering. So maybe that was a part of his little. You know what I'm saying?
It may be because it's so shocking. I mean, maybe that what it was. Maybe he was saying that, not expecting to put it out, and was just trying to get Bricc Baby to say, you robbed him. I don't know, but he know he ain't never snatched nothing from me.
All right. Let's move on to. I want to talk about this bail hearing. That
Hold on. One more thing.
For sure.
They recorded my boy Bosco, bro. That's not straight. And then, based on these recording phone calls, what if somebody would that be? It wouldn't be admissible, especially superior court. Maybe it get from municipal. It get.
Well, it's an illegally acquired phone call. So if you get a good lawyer would be able to just say everything in that phone call is inadmissible.
All right, not to
Hopefully.
not up to hold up traffic, but we ain't gotta say his name. It's somebody from Inglewood, neighborhood Pyro, that was mad at him for recording the call, trying to help Suge get out of jail, right? And I heard Wack himself say he wasn't cool with the way he did that, but he recorded Bone talking bad about Big U and called Big U immediately. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure out where did these gangbangers get recording phone calls being cool at. Even the jailhouse let you know when you're being recorded. GTL, I don't understand that shit, man. But we can move on. And on top of that, ain't nobody gonna start nothing much no Inglewood niggas, bro. Like, we close knit. Niggas already had it out. Inglewood, Queen Street versus this, NHP. So it ain't gonna go nowhere. But I see how Wack laughing like he just about to get somebody destroyed, bro. That ain't none of that shit cool.
There's only 3 people that I know of that's recording phone calls and putting them on the internet. I'm gonna say them right now: 600, Wack 100, and Luce Cannon. Am I missing anybody?
That's the consistent participants.
Yeah, I ain't with that shit, bro.
And let me just let everybody know that no one's pressing this issue, but it is a felony. I believe it's a felony. I think it can be treated as a misdemeanor and a felony to record a phone call in the state of California where both parties are in California. So, you know, every state has different rules on that. But in California and Nevada, it is illegal. So somebody one day is going to get pissed and make it an issue. You know, I know Spider ain't going to do it. I know Munchie ain't going to do it. I know Bosco ain't going to do it. But somebody one day is.
I'll sue the dickies on somebody. Hey, look, bro. They say soon the civil things, snitching or whatever. Shit, y'all got me fucked up. I'll sue the fuck out of somebody if I got the angle to do it.
How do you feel about the civil thing, Spider?
I think it's case by case. And depending on what you did to kind of get yourself caught up in this whatever situation, if you have the ethical right to go and flip it like that.
But since civil is never about you going to jail.
But just telling ain't always been about jail. Because when my grandmama and them used to run us out the living room, wasn't nobody going to jail. And they were like, quick, come here and tattletale if I whip your ass.
Yeah, that's true too.
Man, but that's minor league. We talking about big league. When you was a kid, you know what I'm saying?
No, but I'm saying, well, ethically, I'm not saying, you know, you can't, bro. If you jump out at that same motherfucking yeez and walked in there and dissed, and then you got rushed, and then you want to do a lawsuit, you feel me? It's like all civil ain't cool. It depends on what you did to get in that situation.
Oh, so let's say 40 Glocc civil case against the game.
The one I told him to file.
Is that right?
Yes.
I don't think that was snitching either because.
But that was just a regular 2 men having a clash in the streets.
But I was doing it to low key help him destroy his image though. On my mama.
Okay.
Hey.
So you made an exception there.
No, I was making him believe it was an exception so he would jump out there so everybody could laugh at him. I told him, I said, baby, I was suing Tupac the state when he died. He was like, yeah, he was, huh?
Hey, but what person you know could whoop somebody holding a phone and hitting them with one hand? It's not possible. And it's clear that the shit was doctored up. You know what I'm saying?
And it's clear that there had to be other people present.
Behind the camera drawing guns.
So would that motivate you to do a suit, Munchie?
If I could get some immediate get back, me being like A1, I'll leave it alone. But if you out the way and, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna sue you. I'm gonna sue you. A lot of these people, they be acting like they outside and they not. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You're not obtainable in reach, I'm gonna sue you. Like, they call it what they want. You know what I'm saying?
Did it ever work out for 40 Glocc on that lawsuit?
I never got a real definite disposition. I think he won, but was awarded some crumbs, something very minute, if I recall correctly.
Okay. And you and 40 Glocc were cool at one point, And
yeah, we was cool for quite some time. Against my better judgment, he had did some weenie shit some long time ago. He wasn't appreciated in my circle, but I'm not a hater, and he ended up in my circle outside of my authority. So, you know, I was just keeping it cool with him, but he did a lot of shit I didn't appreciate. But then the last thing he did was come on my live and lie in front of the world about something we both knew was really true. So I like kicked him off my live. I haven't communicated with him since. That's been about 4 or 5 years.
The last incident on your live, do it have anything to do with somebody getting rubbed down? I might have caught it because this is before me and you even locked in and even know each other.
Yeah, it was. We both used to witness a certain thing take place on tour. Everyone did. And he happened to be on my live, and I was talking about the oil, and he wanted to deny it, and I just couldn't believe that after I've been his only friend on the internet for so long that he would lie in order to defend another nigga when he know it's true.
So he started this man out just like you started a couple people out, because you gave some passes and you held your tongue on a lot of stuff.
Who I lied? When did I lie to say I didn't see something I saw?
No. So you wanted him to stamp what you was talking about.
Hold on. I'm going to be very clear once again. He and I witnessed something together over and over again with a whole group of people. And when I brought it up on my live, he denied it. He lied.
Yeah, I ran across that so many years ago.
He ain't nothing like me, homie. So you trying to find a way to compare me and catch me off my
compare the two people.
He don't do like me. He don't do like me. I push a line. I got no smut, no goofy, weird shit, none of that. Every situation I get in, I push my line thoroughly. Nothing like him. If I choose not to speak on certain shit, it's because we on the internet and we on camera, and everything ain't for the camera.
All right, so what about when he wasn't accepted in your circle?
He was accepted because the circle was the G-Unit circle, and I had nothing to do with
that
it.
circle.
He would not have been one of my personal choices, but he came around because he was managed by the same people as Mobb Deep. He wore khakis and T-shirts, and the New York niggas looked at us like the same, and I ain't no hater.
You couldn't control that circle.
Yeah, so I wasn't going to be around whispering like, man, that nigga ain't. I'm just let it develop the way it developed.
so naturally you wanted to say, man, that dude's from Colton. He ain't from where I'm from.
Shout out to my niggas from Colton, but that would have been part of it.
Real ones everywhere though.
Yeah, and I acknowledge that, but he still we was different. They thought because we came from the same region, we knew each other better. We didn't know each other like that. I didn't know cuz.
And y'all both Crips, so they thinking y'all.
All that. And I didn't ever want to shit on his whatever it was. So it got to like develop like more of a unified thing than it actually was. And he of course, he played on that. You seen him go in interviews and people ask him G-Unit questions. He knew he wasn't signed to G-Unit. But since he did it, I didn't want to be the one on the very next interview like, man, that ain't signed. I just let him do his shit. But in the process of that, he did quite a few little weenie things I didn't like. And, you know, I told you, I play chess. I don't always, the checkers is, boom, boom, boom. You let shit bubble, you let it boil. So, you know.
Hey, I tried to get 40 Glocc on this platform as far back as probably 2015, 2016. And for whatever reason, I can never get bro to pull up. So I'm gonna start calling people out starting today. 40 Glocc is the first dude that said he would do an interview, never pulled up, and then I see you popping up on Vlad and was he on No Jumper? Yeah, I think he did a No Jumper.
Well, I remember Adam said one of the other time we was over there, he said he did have him up there before.
And what's crazy, let me tell you what's crazy about that is I helped defend his case out in the city of Colton many, many, many years ago. You know, I was on his defense team.
He shot at the police allegedly?
He had a shootout with the police in 96.
I just said allegedly for the case, you know, people say
that case is already well known and established.
It's in the books.
It's in the books. In 1996, he had a shootout with the police. That came up in our case. I think that was maybe 2014 or 15 when he was back in court on a thing, and I was on the team with him. And let's put it all out there. Your lawyers was tripping on paying me. You never pulled up for an interview. We talked again in Minneapolis during the George Floyd thing. You still never pulled up on me. It's been at least a decade, but I see you like doing interviews with the massa. And we'll just leave it at that.
I got him in movies, turning him on to my agent, and he go in there, land a movie role, and get on there and ask a nigga, let me see your dick.
Huh?
Yeah. I wonder why he never showed us. He did a movie with Marky Mark. And he never, like, after he did it, like, Hey, you see my movie? You see my movie? He never brought it around, pulled it up. And then when I finally stumbled it on there, his scene is to the nigga, like, let me see your dick. He like asking a nigga, begging a nigga to see his dick.
Oh, I'm thinking you talking about behind the scenes.
No, this is the
trailer or
actual film. This is his role in the movie.
Hey, that's acting though. So.
Yeah, I'm thinking he like.
That's when like DeAndre Bonds got raped in lockdown.
And he said he regret that.
He regrets doing that scene, but that's acting.
Shout out Williams Talent Agency. My talent agent, Larry Williams. The last thing he sent me was a actor supposed to be in prison wearing a pink apron, making some pink cupcakes, and calling himself a bitch. I did not take the audition. Fuck, yeah, that's acting.
All right, what about Holiday Hearts? What's my boy name? From Holiday Hearts?
What's that?
The movie, man. The nigga from Baby Boy. The dad. Melvin. What's his name?
Oh, yeah, he's a real actor, so he might have did some
Tyrese?
shit.
You talking about Tyrese?
No, he
Hell
talking
no,
about
Vin Rames.
Vin Rames.
He was.
Oh,
You didn't
yeah,
see
Vin.
Holiday Hearts? He was a whole drag queen in that motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
What about in Pulp Fiction? Who got fucked in the ass in Pulp Fiction?
I ain't seen
Was
no.
it did Ving Rhames? Was it Ving Rhames?
He did it
doing
again?
No, there was some.
Your boy DeAndre Bonds done got fucked like in 3 movies. He got fucked in 3 strikes.
That ain't who you talking about,
locked
right?
up.
No, Pulp Fiction had a
He said like 3.
had a butt stealing scene.
But I'm gonna say
I ain't never seen Pulp
You
Fiction.
ain't even seen Pulp Fiction? Oh my gosh, you got
I know that's a class. I haven't seen many classics.
yeah.
my boy Stacy from the Wood. I don't think 3 Strikes is that bad, but
Ain't that Bonds?
the other one,
Yeah.
Bonds. The other one, locked
Lockdown.
up. That was kind of like, you know what I'm saying, kind of American me-ish.
Yeah, that one was bad. That was worse than 3 Strikes.
So you say 40 Glock's role, that was a role you would have never taken.
Never in life.
Okay, but it wasn't as bad as one of DeAndre Bonds' role.
No, not at all.
Okay, well,
But for 40 Glock's image, it's bad.
We're gonna say 40 Glock shit is a wobbler, like they say.
It's a wobbler.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't just deem him like, yeah.
hey, remember when Will Smith played the gay dude in
Yeah,
6
I heard,
Degrees of
yeah.
Separation?
Also disappointed.
Yeah.
You know, Will Smith was the coolest nigga in the world to me, bro.
Yeah.
On Fresh Prince, he used to wear the jacket inside out, and then I flipped to that, and it was like back to back. Like that was on. I was like, oh, he disappointed me, bro.
I know, but would you let a role like that?
No, I'm not doing no shit like that.
interfere if you could have a career like Will Smith, where you're making $30 million a movie? I guarantee you, 99% of the people will say, "I will take his career."
I'm going to just quote.
He would have. Go ahead.
I'm gonna quote the open line from one of my most recent favorite songs. When you sticking to the script, it's a lonely road. My mama.
Yeah, I quoted that before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I can't take that type of road with what Will Smith did.
Hey, you know Denzel must turn down a lot of roles because I don't think he's, and maybe somebody might correct me, but I don't think he's ever did no gay stuff.
Hell no.
I don't believe so either.
You know, and
He's done something even more monumental than that, in my opinion. How many times have you seen him kiss a white woman in a movie?
Is the answer 0?
He got 20 movies.
Once.
Once?
And he said it's only once because when he did it the first time at the premiere, when it happened, he heard all the black women react in the movie house. He said he wrote in his contract since then he never did it again.
Yeah.
What?
Denzel's one of those few actors that he has those stipulations.
I salute him for
But you
that.
can get away with it. I mean, Will Smith's at a point now where he can say, "I ain't doing this, I ain't doing that."
yes.
But
the same person that put him on to Fresh Prince is the one that had him doing the gay movie, and they got a theory about that. You know what I'm saying?
is that
And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I only have one recent conspiracy theory. But that ain't man. Will he?
After Set It Off, Queen Latifah said she had it wrote into her movies that she can't die in no movies no more because she don't want to miss a potential sequel.
all right? Let's move on to something else. We had enough 40 Glock and gay talk for this segment. What y'all think about? We talked about this last episode that Keefe D's bail got turned down, but we were unaware that there was actual testimony from Wack 100, from Cash Jones, that pretty much boomeranged any opportunity, any chance for Keefe D to be free right now. Technically, Keefe D should be free right now because it's not because a judge didn't grant him bail. It's not because if someone else would have bailed him out, it wouldn't have happened. It's specifically because Wack 100 is the one bailing him out why he was denied.
And not just because Wack is bailing him out, it's because Wack does what we know he does. He ran his mouth way too much. And that's what happened.
Did you, the bail hearing was long. Did you guys tap into the bail hearing?
Just Wack part.
I didn't tap into it at all. I just heard that the judge kind of chewed him up. That's it.
I'm gonna play a clip of it.
All right, so I think we have foundation for the Vlad interview for 21. You may play it.
His lawyer did an interview recently and said Keefe D is a liar. He made up all this stuff just to make some money from people like, me for interviews and to get out of a serious drug case. He was never in Las Vegas. All this is fake, and he's not connected to Tupac's murder at all.
Yeah, I believe him. You believe him?
Do I believe him? That's up to law enforcement. I'm not going to say.
Keefe D got a bail. He's supposed to be home.
That's up to law enforcement.
He's supposed to be home in the next month. I've been thinking about going to bail him out.
You going to bail out Keefe D?
Yeah, it's only $75,000.
Well, because it's $1 million bond?
Like $750.
$750, so you got to put up $75,000.
Yeah, I've been thinking about going to get him and what the stipulations that I do the series on him. People will watch it.
Yeah.
Mr. Jones, did you hear that interview?
Heard the interview.
Yeah, and it's fair to say that...
Do you understand why?
Wait, sir. You can answer my questions. I'm sure Mr. Arnold has questions for you. You can answer them as well. So it's fair to say that you said you would bail Mr. Davis out as long as he follows some stipulations, correct?
Well, that's just entertainment with Vlad.
Sir, my question simply requires a yes or no answer. Did you say that you would bail out Mr. Davis, assuming he follows some stipulations?
With Vlad, me and Vlad discussed that. We was going to say that. We discussed what we're going to do before we interview. Everybody knows that about Vlad.
And in fact, you said that you would bail him out in return for an agreement to do a series on Mr. Davis's life, correct?
That's what I said to Vlad, but Keefe D is already involved with somebody with that, I believe, with his book. I have no contracts with him or no dealings with him on that.
Okay, so you're saying what you said is just not true.
We have, before you go on Vlad, you have a discussion about what you're going to talk about, what needs to be said so we can drive the views. There's nothing about Vlad or nothing about YouTube that says that we're being truthful about what we're saying. We're entertaining. I'm just, being truthful, which I do a lot of interviews. I do interviews every week on No Jumper, and we sit there and we BS about things and we exaggerate things or we make up things. But it's a view thing. They pay you for that.
Okay, so you are exaggerating or not telling the truth when you're on Vlad TV.
I mean, you see the number I gave wasn't accurate. If I was going to, that's what the conversation was, I would have gave you the accurate number if that's what it was.
All right, man. We just heard a clip of Keefe D bail hearing and the prosecutors, I guess, cross-examining Wack 100 via telephone, Zoom or something, about things that he stated that he wanted from Keefe D before he bailed him out. Now, everyone has to understand that Keefe D is not allowed to get involved in any entertainment that's profitable while this case is going on. It's clear Wack 100 wants to bail him out to make it for a deal, and he's trying to figure out a way to convince this court that that's not the case, even though he's already said it. And we also saw him answer. They played the VLADTV interview where he's trying to say that, oh, that's just for entertainment. Basically, and this goes back to my point that I've been saying many times before, and me and Munchie, we talked about, you asked me about this on a previous episode about paying for interviews. Mm-hmm. When you pay for interviews, you end up getting oftentimes, outlandish answers that are definitely untruthful.
Because you're trying to give them your money, their money's worth.
Now, I don't know how much of Vlad TV interview with Wack is truthful and untruthful, but there's obviously an exchange for an interview. I give you money, you answer my questions, and once you engage in that business relationship with an interviewee, you're not sure if those answers are going to be 100% honest. So he's over here admitting it in court.
When do you think he's being more honest, on Vlad or in court?
I have no idea.
No, I asked, you don't have any assumption?
You know what? I'm gonna have to say he's been dishonest probably on both places to a certain degree.
No, I think he was honest on Vlad. On his intentions and what he was trying to pull off. Yeah, I think he was being honest with Vlad, but you know he got to say what he got to say in court so he can still get what he's trying to do accomplished. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't know how much of a deal does he really have with Keefe D. How far are they going to take this? He went into detail with Vlad about plans that I don't believe the plans are really in the works until he gets Keefe D free. Then they can start rolling that motion.
He made that DA sound like a top tier DA when it was simple. Like, come on, bro. When you get on them phone calls, it's recorded. You talked about these dealings on a jail call.
That's whacking his infatuation with Crippin, though. He been having this infatuation with Crippin for.
What about his infatuation with recording calls, though?
That's deep too.
He recorded all day, every day, but you didn't know you was being recorded then, talking about contracts and life rights. So that,
right.
I mean, shit. But he a hustling motherfucker though. He get what Crimax say is increments. Good idea, but you went about that shit wrong. He talked too much, bro. He was all on Clubhouse discussing it, and you know what I'm saying? It's all over the internet, him talking about it.
Yeah, there should be absolutely zero discussion about what he plans to do with Keefe D on Clubhouse, on VLADTV, on No Jumper. There should be zero. Look, I'm working on a project right now. I've never said anything about it on the, on a podcast.
Multiple projects we got.
And he's bringing up details and plans he's got with I guess a murder suspect. And what was the outcome of this bail hearing?
Bail denied.
Hey, me being Wack, you already up. You rich. Why you bailing a snitch out? I could see if it was like a have not. You know what I'm saying?
So you call him a snitch because he snitched on dead people, or are you aware of him being involved in some other scenarios?
No, he didn't.
The old boy from New York, he tried to set up.
Wait. When Keefe D confessed to Greg Kading, Terrence was still alive. The driver of the car. Only ones that were deceased was Baby Lane and Trey. Dre, Big Dre. Freaky Dre. The driver was still alive.
I never caught that detail.
Yeah.
The Zip.
Von Zip from New York.
He tried to, he tried to get that dude set up. Tried to come visit him in New York with some undercovers and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's another thing that Keefe D did. He wore a wire on Von Zip in New York.
Wore a wire?
Yeah, to record because the LA authorities wanted to get proof that Von Zip and Diddy were involved with Keefe. So Keefe agreed to go to New York and meet with Von Zip and try to get him to admit, but I don't think Von Zip bit, right?
Zip didn't bite, and then they're kind of lucky that if P. Diddy did give him some money to pass along, it never made it, then it would have been murder for hire. But since it never made it, you know what I'm saying? That's the loophole.
So Keefe D wore a wire for the fans?
I believe so. We got to double check that. But he had a meeting with Keefe D that was supposed to be recorded by law enforcement.
And Zip was on his A game.
I'm sorry, Keefe D had a meeting with Von Zip, yeah, and Von Zip didn't give up anything. He's too smart. Actually, he died of health complications a few years back.
Rest in peace to him.
Yeah.
But I being up, you already rich. I wouldn't be bailing on no snitch, bro.
Well, he made sure Takuchi had some financial situations when he came home from being a huge rat too.
Yeah, true, but I think Tekashi would have been all right regardless. But yeah, I hear you though for sure.
And he also maintained a relationship with Stutterbox after he claimed Stutterbox told on him for like 20 years.
What he did with Goofy Badass, I think that was probably his plan to do it with Tekashi. But it was a little bit more personal with Goofy Badass because he made Paru look horrible.
Blueface told on Tester. He supported him and also gave a statement in that case as well.
I ain't up on that one.
Yeah, so he has a trend. How many is that being right now? We just named.
Was that 3 or 4?
It's about 4.
Okay, you being from East Coast, what about Blue Da Vinci? You know which way you swing with that? Is he all bad? What Blue Da Vinci saying is solid, or how that go?
Well, I don't think Blue Da Vinci situation and bled over to EC politics. I don't think the homies know enough about what took place. I do know Meech and J Diggs implicated him as being all bad with the safety valve shit. So I can't really call on what blue politics is with that. I don't know if the homies got involved in that shit.
The feds is too sophisticated, man. With all these little terminologies and shit. Like, nah, that shit crazy.
Yeah, that's a BMF thing, right?
Yeah, it's a BMF thing.
But the 190s would want to tap in and find out what really happened with Blue Da Vinci, wouldn't they?
Well, you know, I'm sure some people might be interested, but Blue's real situation and got so much bigger than that. He didn't went through it with the 190s. It's a whole lot of shit, bro.
I was in the county with his brother, Pokey, from what I know. Shout out Pokey.
Little light-skinned ass nigga.
Yeah.
But a safety valve is considered telling, if indeed he took a safety valve.
I can't lie. My best education on safety valve came from J Diggs, and from where he described it, yeah.
You have to brush up on that shit, bro. That federal level, like.
Yeah, everybody that's been to the feds know about them safety valves.
Yeah, he gave a pretty good description of what it was, unless somebody can correct him. That's my understanding of safety valve of what J Diggs explained it to be. I ran it by other people as well.
Yeah, but how Blue Da Vinci described it, it seemed like, I don't know, whoever sound better saying it is going to win with me because I don't know nothing about the feds. But see, if I hear Blue Da Vinci explain it last, it's kind of like, oh, okay.
I get that point, what you're saying.
If I hear how J Diggs put it, I'm like, okay. So me being so out the loop with a federal system, so that shit is.
Now, why is Wack always a defender of Blue Da Vinci? He always says, like, right off the top, oh, he didn't tell.
He is like going against the grain. Like, if everybody say Lakers, he gonna say Clippers. You know what I'm saying? He's like going against the grain.
Blue Da Vinci also got some roots in the Valley as a youngster, so I don't know if that got something to do with it.
I thought that Wack liked to expose those that are told.
But you say you like the word selective politicking, right?
Yeah.
Well, he got his favorite snitches.
So he ain't exposed Blueface.
He got his. Hey,
Blueface told on Tester.
Okay, but how do we know that?
Yeah, that's what I said. When I leave here, I'm gonna look into it.
Who dropped that?
The Serenos that got told on, that's on the run. That's trying to wait for the statute of limitations to go up. That ain't trying to make it a big old thing because they still hot as fish grease.
Oh.
All right, well, back to this bail hearing. What's your whole, outlook on this thing? How did it look? How do you think Keefe D felt after having to sit there and this dude just pretty much, torpedoed the whole plan?
Stupid. That's how he felt.
How do you think he appreciates Wack still?
Well, that was his best option. He had no other option. Who else is trying to bail him out? Who's trying to help him out? I'm surprised they can't come up with 10% or whatever it is, 12%.
15, because Wack put up 15%.
15. Come on, man. The homies can come up with 15%.
What? Hey, he was begging Puffy for money through the interview. Come on, brother, love.
I'm not sure it's all love when it comes to the homies.
Yeah,
he might have situations all around the board when it comes to like getting support.
You already from the crib. Shit.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well, he got that home in Henderson. The way that property values have skyrocketed over the last several years, I know you got a little bit to put up to bail out.
But at this point, at that age, and you have family, sometimes you can't be as selfish and you got to let some provisions stay in place for the people that really matter. When you got wife and other people that's dependent on the things you got established.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't just let the bail fly based on he's sick anyway, on some compassionate type shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't they got compassionate release?
Yeah, they got compassionate release, but how sick is he? You got to be terminally ill to get compassionate release.
Yeah,
like they just let out Babo from Florence 13 like in June of 2013, the Mexican mafia dude that ran Florence, that was part of the truce with the East Coasters. They let bro out and he died 3 weeks later.
Damn.
They knew he was gonna die.
Oh, so he was literally on the clock.
Yeah. Who else that happened to? Oh, Mutulu Shakur, Tupac's stepdad. He been in prison since like 30, 40 years. They let bro out, and I'm gonna say they let him out in December, and he was dead a couple months later.
I got a homie, I believe, got released on compassionate release. He been stretching that shit out for a long time.
More than a year?
What? what? And he look healthy, got plans, plotting, doing shit. Yeah.
I always wondered, like, what percentage of dudes get out on compassionate release that actually beat the odds?
Some life. It's a few. It's a few.
Hey, free Lil Reece from 1200 block.
East
like,
side.
you know what I'm saying? He's sick right now. They don't want to let him go. I don't know. Never met him. You know what I'm saying? He from the other side of the spectrum, but free him though. You know what I'm saying?
He got a serious condition too.
Right.
I just talked to Lil Reece, I'd say about a week ago. He does have terminal brain cancer. He was given a compassionate release by the feds, but Riverside County wants to hold him for another case. So he's fighting that right now with probably, according to them, according to the feds, he's supposed to have already passed. In 2023. We're already, what, 6 months into 2024, and he's still...
We're in the 7th month.
We're in the 7th month.
Yeah,
The I think it's more personal with Riverside, because they know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's where he made his whole
That's where he
legacy.
built his rep at. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't no joke.
Nah, man. I did a great interview with Lil Reece, man, almost a decade ago. That had to have been around 2013, 14, 15, around there. And I don't like driving far for interviews. I like to keep everything local, right here in L.A. I ain't trying to pass Long Beach, Compton, Watts, L.A. But when bro said, you going to pull up on me in Riverside? I was like, yeah, I'm going to pull up on you. Drove all the way out there, did a dope interview, man. And,
That's right.
Go tap in, go to StreetTV to check that interview out. But, hey, do you think that Keefe D will find a different way? Obviously, he was granted bail by the judge. He's allowed to get bailed out. Will he find another way to get out?
Well, if we just agreed that Wack was probably his only shot, now it's going to be like, if they make him stipulated where you can't make no money, is Wack still going to be willing to bail you out?
Well, I think there's still some value into bailing him out, because whether he wins or loses, you still got the story on him.
And if he signs the rights over, whoever develops it can make sure he get his cut on the low in the back end or whatever.
Yeah, there's ways around that. As long as he gives the rights over to whoever bails him out, he's gonna show, I'm sure, the most amount of love to say, all right, you can do my story.
You think America really wants to do a series on Tupac's alleged killer?
I think there's some value to that story. Yeah.
Everybody was interested in Tupac Must Die.
Was that was like a series?
No, that was G Malone. He did the music video.
That's what I'm saying. That's 3 minutes. Not everybody.
No, but see, it ain't like doing it through him. That's the way, because Tupac, resting in peace. Suge ain't gonna mess with. Well, Suge sold his life rights 50 times. Everybody in the car is gone. That's a good way to do a Tupac story from a different angle. You know what I'm saying? You can still tell that story.
A series highlights the life of the alleged killer.
If you put the South Sides in there, like in this gang culture and the back and forth with the mobs in the South in there, it'd be interesting.
I don't see the motto for a series.
I mean, you got the Mob Pyrus, you got the Southside Compton Crips, you got Tupac Shakur, you got Mike Tyson, you got all these storylines. You know, P. Diddy.
But it's a one-day event.
But see, if
you could drag that out though.
If
a series, it's hard.
Yeah.
If I was Puffy, I'd bail him out and get him killed.
First of all, you have here's the story. How does Southside's Compton Crips even link up with Biggie and Puffy? That's the story right there, because that's where it starts. They create a relationship. Then you have the relationship with Pac and Death Row and Mob Pyru. There's multiple storylines there. Then you go backtrack and you talk about some other shootings that happened, and then lead up to this shooting.
Series to lead up to the death of Tupac, I just don't see it.
If you tell a story right, you know what I mean? You can make anything sound good. You could tell a story about taking a shit and make that sound like something. Like,
hey, I thought that the Jeffrey Dahmer 10-episode series was incredible, and I don't really care for Jeffrey Dahmer, but they made a 10-part series about this dude.
That's a documentary.
No, that was a TV show. Oh yeah, they turned it into a TV show with characters, all that.
It's an art to that though.
Yeah.
People know how to chop shit down.
And didn't you see the USA 10-part series on the whole Biggie Tupac thing with Greg? They took Greg Kading's book, which was called Murder Rap, and turned that into a 10-episode show
about
Biggie, Pac, the
not
shootings.
The killer,
no,
alleged killer. That's what I'm saying. It's a difference. It's a difference.
Okay, well, we'll see. Somebody's gonna do it eventually. Probably not Wack.
Not necessarily about Keefe D. No, it's not necessarily gonna happen. Look who's trying to do it, Wack. Bro, that's not just an automatic.
He ain't gonna be the one writing the script though.
That's not the point. To produce it, a Keefe D series is not as lucrative as it sounds without just thinking about Tupac. You have to make that whole thing leading up to connect to Tupac.
I think it can be done.
I think it'd be interesting because it got the LA element to it.
But definitely, I don't think Wack 100 has the skill set to do it.
I don't think he
don't plan on.
He was going to outsource that anyway. I'm sure.
Right.
Yeah. But speaking of Tupac and Elvis Presley, I did a little research, Munch. Monthly Spotify listeners. Tupac has 22 million. Elvis's old ass, who died over 50 years ago, has 44
41, I think.
million, double the amount of monthly Spotify listeners. That's one thing. Here's a second thing. The value of the estate. Tupac's current estate value is $40 to $50 million, which is respectable, right?
Definitely.
Elvis Presley's estate is worth $500 million to $1 billion. And this man died over 50 years ago.
Okay, we all watch sports. You know, you could watch the NBA game and you see how they get like a sneaky 25 points. Like, damn, he did that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Sedell Threet of the Lakers. He used to sneak in some good games.
He get a sneaky. He run it up. You feel me? But yeah, like I said, me being younger, that play a part too. But we just have to see 20 years from now if niggas still speaking on Tupac.
Well, look, I was 6
They will be.
I was 6 years old when Elvis died, so I knew nothing about Elvis. Literally growing up,
alive.
I learned about Elvis.
I was 6 when Tupac died, or 7.
Okay,
But Tupac told us this is the white man's world, so that's why it's going to be harder for his impact to outreach Elvis's when it's just coming to American culture. There's just so many more of them.
Okay, and then we got to define the word impact. You know what I mean? Okay, they teach a class at universities on Tupac. You got a course.
Wait. We're this is a capitalist society. He just said 40, 50 million versus 500 million. That's impact alone right there indicates the totality of it all.
Okay, when we all right. Somebody it was a debate whether Nipsey's a legend or not. But I just think that Nipsey's very impactful. He made an impact on people. So that's why I said we gotta define the word impact, and then you know what I'm saying.
No, impact speaks for itself.
Who sung at Nipsey funeral?
Stevie.
Okay, then you had people we flashed to Africa, and they was showing love to him after he passed.
That's a legendary reality.
That's impactful.
It's a legendary impact.
You could meet somebody one time, and that was impactful interaction.
That's a legendary amount of impact to witness.
Yeah, but see, I don't want to go into how he was trying to
Look,
legendary in music and all that shit. I'm just saying he's a very impactful person.
These are the most impactful entertainers in the last 50, 60 years. Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, Michael Jackson, Garth Brooks. Give me another. Dolly Parton. She's still alive.
Whitney
is probably at the top 10. Yeah, Whitney Houston.
My mama will squabble you down if you don't mention Whitney.
Yeah, definitely put. But like those are the people. I mean, as a black man, Michael Jackson's got it.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got it.
Hey, I don't mean to derail. Hey, don't you think it should be a law when somebody like Michael Jackson get killed? It should the trial should be ran a little different because
other than
everybody in that jury probably more likely was raised on Michael, so you don't really got a fair chance. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you're getting convicted.
But I've often thought that there's the way. Okay, you go to court. The lawyers are college graduates. The judges are college graduates. The bailiffs are professional. The stenographer is professional. And then you bring 12 random Joes in to make the most important decision. And I always thought we should have a system of professional jurors, maybe.
But they do. It's your choice to
judge and jury,
trial by judge or trial by jury. And man, sometimes I think people should roll the dice and go trial by judge.
Yeah, somebody who understand the law better. Yeah,
right. Because I can't put my life in these people's hands and they so and so fan. You know what I'm saying?
Who was the doctor? Conrad.
Doctor Conrad Murray.
That doctor should have had a judge trial for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But he was, no matter what, he was wrong. He was going to get found. He was administering a drug in a private facility, a private home that is only supposed to be used in a hospital.
Michael asked for it.
So Michael. Hey, and he was paying him $100,000 a month. So you getting paid $100,000 a month, like it goes back to the lyric of your song. It's a cold road.
You stick to the script.
You got to stick to the script. Conrad was supposed to stick to the script and say, Michael, I love you. You're a legend. I cannot bring the propofol home.
Me being,
and Michael was probably like, I'm paying you $100,000 a month.
Okay.
Fuck all what you got to say, right?
Hey, no. Me being
all of that.
That's what happened.
Dr. Conrad Murray, I would have did exactly what he did. I just it's messed up that Mike got up out of here. But if you sold dope before, I'm pretty chance you'll do that too.
Yeah. But it reminds me of an ordeal you went through in the last couple of weeks.
Hey, I have to stick to the script on that one. we gonna keep it at that right there.
Right.
But I think Conrad was put in a very touchy situation. You're making $100,000 a month, and Michael is probably saying, "Come on, Conrad, there's gallons of that shit just laying around. Just bring some of that shit home. I'm paying." And you know how many times he probably threw in his face, "I'm paying you $100,000 a month. Why the fuck you think I'm paying you? I want the propofol."
How often do you think he was taking that? Because when I got shot in the head, they put me under with that. You know what I'm saying? So how could somebody use that as a recreational drug? And then after I got put down off that, I understood how he came up with Ever Neverland. Because you be kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, there's a reason why that drug is never supposed to leave the hospital. You know?
I can't understand how somebody could function or...
Hey, you got to be crazy to even be willing to be under the influence of that drug, right?
Ultimately, his addiction was sleep. He didn't want to do nothing but sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that shit make you like loony.
It's not just sleep.
I think I mean, I don't know. You escaping reality for sure. So that's why I say I understand how he came up with Ever Neverland. I understand that.
Yeah.
You think he was on it that long?
Nah, that goes way back.
That's what I'm asking. How often he do that?
Who knows?
Never Everland been around though for years.
I should have went to that trial. I didn't have any interest in it, but it was a historical trial though. I should have sat in on it. But
man, he was guilty from the jump. When you come to court and all them people got them signs up for Michael.
Yeah.
Man, that's bad, bro.
Well, at least he didn't get like stretched out. He didn't get like 15 years. I think he got like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, that's manslaughter.
He's already free. I'm sure.
You know, Michael Cole nigga when they couldn't get him for them babies, all them white babies and all them people came up there and he beat that shit.
Oh yeah, in Santa Barbara he went on trial. Yeah, but hey, Michael is definitely impactful. Hey, you asked the question on the last episode, Munchie. Well, how many documentaries or DVDs are there between Tupac and Elvis? So I did a Elvis Presley DVD documentary search. I couldn't even count them. I was just scrolling. I said, I can't even count the number of Elvis Presley documentaries.
I think that's the #1 show of residency in Vegas throughout the year.
And here's the crazy part: when Elvis died of an OD, the first theory. What's the theory? What do we use?
Oh, he died from overdose?
The first conspiracy theory was Elvis didn't die. What is the first conspiracy theory with Tupac?
He faked his death.
Yeah. And one of the things about Elvis is that they said they spelled his name wrong on the tombstone.
Wow.
Aaron, I guess, has 2 A's. His middle name is Aaron. Elvis Aaron Presley. Aaron is spelled wrong.
Wow, they haven't fixed that all these years?
I don't know if it's fixed by now, but that was one theory. Like, if they spelled his name wrong on the tombstone, bro's alive.
But just think about how many, like, no matter where you go in the world, it's a fake Elvis performing to be like Elvis. You don't have to look like Elvis. You just throw the gear on.
That's a good one right there. You can go almost all places. There's going to be a fake Elvis. Yes. Atlantic City,
Vegas, for sure.
Hollywood Boulevard.
Yes. Venice Beach.
You see fake Michaels.
Yeah, you see fake Michaels, you do.
But you ain't never seen no fake Tupac Shakur.
You get laughed at. Yeah.
Nah, but I just wanted to touch on that.
That actor that played Tupac in Notorious is horrible.
In Notorious?
Yeah.
The other one.
I got a question for you. Who's the first actor to play Tupac in any role since after he died?
First?
The first actor to ever have a Tupac role.
Is it old boy from New York?
In fact, every time I see this actor, I just automatically say, "Oh, there go Tupac."
Lorenz Tate?
Anthony Mack or Matt. What's his name? Mackie. Anthony Mackie.
What else does he play? I don't know.
What role do he play?
He had the wings in one of those crazy power.
Well, I don't watch that.
Anthony Mackie. What else? Anthony Mackie played.
I heard the name, but I want to know what. Yeah, I can't put a.
He was a superhero in one of those weird.
Black Lightning.
I'm not sure the name of it, but he had a cold role in one of those superhero. I know he had wings and was flying and was beating ass.
Your little homie said he wanted to play Tupac. Your little homie, Young Buck. No, for real.
Buck did it.
Y'all think Young Buck resembled Tupac like that?
No, but people used to tell him he was the new Tupac. When I met him, he used to tell me, first day I met him, when he heard me rap, he was like, man, niggas be on me with that Puck shit. Fuck that. You got it, man. You got it.
Hey, you remember Darius Love he campaigned to play Tupac for years in the Benny Boom movie. They end up
who is Darius Love?
Darius Love? Oh, he's an actor that kind of resembles Pac.
I don't be knowing the name, but I probably know the face when I see him.
Yeah, he campaigned for it, but they gave it to some this other actor.
Demetrius.
Yeah, Demetrius.
That's my homie son.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. My homie Meech from what I know.
Was that the Benny Boom movie?
Well, I'm not sure. That's the one that went.
Yeah.
It was the one.
All right, well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to say that Elvis Presley has a bigger impact even today in 2024 than Pac.
The moral of that, on Straight TV, we fact check shit.
Factz Ova Feelinz, always.
I was surprised that his estate was worth $500 million and he's been dead for almost 50 years.
I'm surprised you were surprised.
You're not surprised by that? $500 million estate?
I wouldn't have known what to guess, but now that you say it, it sounds about right.
I thought Pac would be worth more than 40 or 50. That's not shabby.
You said worth more than that.
Yeah, I thought Pac would be maybe closer to $100 million.
You know, Pac didn't make it out his 20s, bro.
That's another thing. Hey, Steph, my wife asked me this incredible question last night. She said, who do you pick over Pac in his prime in 95, 96 or Kendrick Lamar now?
Shout out to K-Dot, but Pac, I mean, it's no comparison.
I said it's an unfair comparison.
Yeah, it's a different time, and Pac has...
No, forget about the time.
They was doing hard copies back then.
The time, you have to
and
be
that was
able
harder,
to,
right?
You gotta be able to adjust for the time. Who's hotter, who's bigger? Pac in 95, 96, or K-Dot now?
It's too easy to get a plaque these days.
Tupac was bigger.
I say Pac was bigger because Pac only had a 4-year career.
And there's less people that are that big.
K-Dot is 37 now. Pac died at 25.
Correct.
So K-Dot has 12 more years of life, which is it makes it an unfair comparison.
K-Dot is a humongous success, but you just talk about comparison that, like, Tupac is, go back to impact and all that. Yeah, Tupac.
I think the better way to ask the question is you take K-Dot's first 5 years of his career and Tupac's, because he only had 4 or 5 years.
Tupac.
And it's Tupac by far, right?
But
it took all this time for K-Dot to become who he is.
But even the record sales, how they put it out these days, it was the harder grind back then.
Yeah. Well, I think everybody's still on the same grind.
I think you had less choices as superstars in hip hop back then. So I think people fell in love with the person that had the most shine easier. It wasn't a Drake. Like if you go from Kendrick, it's a lot of niggas that they consider on Kendrick, Drake competition. When it was Tupac, he kind of had it sold up. It was like him, Jay-Z, Nas, Biggie.
I think it's easier now to become a superstar than back then.
True, that's why it might be more of them.
You don't need the machine behind you. If you got an internet presence and you just boom, you get the streaming and shit, you get to the dough. But they both the kings or everything.
All right, let's move on to our last topic. We spoke about this last week. Eyekon was feeling a little salty that Mexicans were underrepresented in the K-Dot. What was that? It actually did have that name, K-Dot and Friends.
Yeah, K-Dot and Friends.
Ken and Friends.
Ken and Friends.
Ken and Friends. I never heard of Kendrick Lamar referring to himself just as Ken. It's either K-Dot or Kendrick.
I mean, playing with words is progressive.
Yeah. Okay. So he was upset that the Ken and Friends event, which was really a Juneteenth event, Ken and Friends event, a celebration of the battle with Drake that didn't have more Mexicans, right? So once he felt the backlash on the internet, he took to the food community and responded.
Did you load it up?
I'm about to play it right now. Let's play that clip right now.
You know what it is, LA Eyekon.
His name is LA.
Food Community Podcast. You are now watching another segment of Eyekon Reacts. So, there is a viral clip on the internet right now of me, which is titled, Mexicans Feel Underrepresented at Juneteenth Concert. I'd like to add context and clarity to this whole situation. And I'd like to start off by saying, number one, I did not know that it was a Juneteenth concert. To my knowledge, the show was called Ken and Friends Pop-Up Concert. I thought the show was a victory lap on him in the battle with Drake. Second of all, I did not know exactly what Juneteenth stood for.
I said that.
I know now. Juneteenth stands for and is celebrated because of the emancipation of people that were enslaved, aka the abolishment of slavery. So, you know, shout out to Juneteenth, right?
Black people.
But my statement was clipped and titled, which took away the context from which my statement, which was I started off the statement by saying I woke up this morning to a lot of posts about Kendrick Lamar unifying Los Angeles gangs on that stage. Kendrick had all of Los Angeles outside, things of that nature. Again, I did not know it was a Juneteenth event. Nowhere in my mind do I think Mexicans or Latinos are entitled to perform at a Juneteenth event. One Latino did, shout out to OGZ. But again, I don't think we're entitled to perform at such an event. Now, I think it's safe to say all of you would agree that if it wasn't a Juneteenth event, my statement has absolute validity. There's no Mexicans on stage and you're saying all of Los Angeles hip hop scene is present or all of the gangs in Los Angeles are being represented. Then, yeah, there should be Mexicans there. Again, the clip was taken. It was titled what it was titled. We do live in a content era on the internet, and you know, they made content of my statement. It's unfortunate that it was taken out of context and it was clipped however it was clipped, but it is what it is, and here we are. So again, I did not know it was a Juneteenth event. I did not know what Juneteenth stood for. I now know, and Mexicans are not entitled to be present on a stage celebrating Juneteenth. But yeah, that's what it is, man. Shout out to Juneteenth, now that I know what it actually stands for. Shout out to Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to all of those of you at home that also didn't know what Juneteenth was. But now you know exactly what Juneteenth stands for because of this video. You know, shout out to everyone watching the food community, man. Happens. Excuse my ignorance. Yeah. LA Eyekon, full community. You know what it is, baby. I'm out.
Man.
I just noticed something. When I had a conversation with him about this via text, and he used the word entitled, I left away thinking he was suggesting that Mexicans should have been entitled. But when I just heard what he said right now, that they aren't entitled, I went to go check our text thread to see if he was contradicting himself, and I realized he was saying here that he realized they are not entitled. I misread it, so I want to say that on his behalf.
Okay. But what was your general feeling of this? I don't know what to call this. I was thinking that this was supposed to be an apology type.
Did the caption say that's what it was supposed to be?
No, it just says his reaction. It's his Eyekon's reaction.
Okay.
I feel like he summed it up in the beginning. Kin and friends. How can you feel offended if you're not considered among someone's friends? It's just the end of it right there. All the other shit, trying to sound intelligent and all the other ramifications. He had a guest list of friends that he invited, and that's it.
I got chewed up in the comments. There was like, you know what I'm saying?
Regarding what?
I guess I went too easy on the Hispanics or too on the fence with it. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, Munchie, you sound stupid. Oh, but I'm like, shit, damn, that's fucked up.
Hey, there's some black folks that want you to go all the way hard on Mexicans. I don't think we should just go hard on Mexicans, but there's a time and a place when criticism needs to be expressed. Yeah. And I don't think this was I don't think this video does any justice to the whole issue. First and foremost, enslavement of a people. Why couldn't he just say black people?
Right.
That was Juneteenth was a celebration of the enslavement of black people for over 200 and something years.
But how do we have to educate him about why we throwing a party? I don't have no idea what Cinco de Mayo stands for, but I know it's they shit. And I know I don't be invited. You don't have to explain to me why y'all throw that party for me to feel like I understand why I'm not entitled to be there.
No, he didn't even know that day was Juneteenth. He thought it was on the 16th, though. So he was all the way out the ballpark anyway. He was way, like, you know what I'm saying?
Are you like the Latino attorney?
No, he said I thought it was the 16th.
Because you did that for Lefty Gunplay to a degree, too. I think you tried.
No, he didn't have no knowledge of what Juneteenth was at all. He didn't even know that the Cannon Friends thing was even on the right day.
When it was Lefty Gunplay, you were saying, I don't think he meant it like that.
No, I just think he need to stay away from conversations. He need a PR.
All right, let me also mention something else. The clip that we played last week, which was an abbreviated clip from a longer podcast episode, was not taken out of context. I went back. There's no need for us to replay the full part of that thing. I went back and watched the actual. Actually, I think if we went back and played the whole thing,
it'd be worse.
It's worse. So, Eyekon, it was not taken out of context at all. You said what you said. Either you stand on it or apologize, one or the other.
Only thing he really admitted, he didn't know what it meant, and I heard that. Like he said, you think it has something to do with being a Juneteenth event? He said, like, what did he say? What you mean by that? Or
no, he was like, no. He said it was Juneteenth, right? He was like, no, I thought that was the 16th. They was like, no, the 19th. That was the actual response.
Then his response was, okay, like so, like.
No, he's the one that suggested that. I thought it was on the 16th.
Yeah, but after they cleaned it up, he was like, he's still oblivious.
But he was aware of Juneteenth as soon as he heard the word. He tried to give us a date for it.
Do he gay bang?
I'm not sure about that.
I don't just listening to him. I don't take him to be the brightest dude, bro. No, for real. Like I don't.
You think the fact that he has? I just noticed this L.A. in his name.
L.A. Eyekon.
L.A. Eyekon makes him think he's more part of our L.A. than we actually view him or them.
Wait, what do you mean by our L.A.? Black L.A.?
Yes, Black L.A. Because when he says he's offended, they said Kendrick had all the L.A., all the gangs. And we're saying that from our perspective of the people, that was a truth. But they weren't saying we weren't thinking we're leaving the Mexicans out. But we still thought with all the confusion we have in amongst our community through the years, it was still a showing of everybody. Yeah. That was a percentage of everybody of our shit. And we didn't think nobody from the outside gonna say, oh, you said all of LA, what about us? What about the few whites that run the streets of LA? Were they unrepresented? The few Asian gang members.
Yeah, you know, one of the criticisms that Lil Doc got, I received some of it too, because I was working on some similar truths, is like, how can you truce up with a Latino gang when y'all backyard is still messed up? Meaning, you got multiple black conflict going on. You got multiple black rivalry going on. And you're going to truce it up with the Florences? You're going to truce it up with the Latino gang? That's a lot of criticism that Lil Doc had to take in the beginning.
I could be wrong, but I think before Lil Doc left the streets, he connected some dots with some black gangs also.
He did. With the Kitchens.
The Broadways, based on that
statement. And the Broadways, yeah.
Based on those type of sentiments, the homies, I've heard conversations where a lot of people agree that we should be able to patch other things based on that. That's not like a foreign concept.
I kind of agree because in a different dynamic, I'll be telling Skip, I'd rather deal with the blood on blood conflicts. That's a little easier to patch up. Then we go extend, you know what I'm saying?
Well, when it comes to truces, I believe you should work on whatever the opportunity presents. Sometimes it's going to be black, Crip blood, and then sometimes it's going to be Latino black. Whatever opportunity presents, jump on it and make it happen if you're down for saving lives. But I do understand the criticism, though. I do understand how people sitting in the room is like, so we trucing it up with these Mexicans?
No, I understand the full spectrum as well. Yep.
So
they think they look deeper though, because he connected dots with black hoods too though. It's just how big East Coast and Florence is that stand out the most.
Yeah. Another thing that on Eyekon's reaction is he felt that if it wasn't Juneteenth, his statement is still valid.
Bullshit.
And it doesn't matter if it's Juneteenth at all, right?
Right.
It's Ken and friends.
Right. And just because somebody looked at what happened, they classified it a certain way, doesn't give him the right to decide what we should have or should not have done.
Did that come out of Kendrick's mouth that he united LA or he united the gangs in LA?
I don't think he said any of that. I think it was all a reaction from outside saying all this.
Yeah, Kendrick never even spoke on it.
He just said sometimes you got to pop out to show niggas.
All right, so he never even said that at all, and it was a Mexican there that performed. So
Yes.
I mean, oh boy, just he a little, you know what I mean? He got too much pride. It's a such thing as having too much pride.
Now check this out. I had this Food Community YouTube page up, and I was scrolling and I was looking through it. Guess what? There's a huge lack of on the Food Community YouTube page in terms of interviews and collaborations.
Black people.
Ding 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 ding. I mean, and I don't expect for them to have a bunch. That's cool, right?
Exactly.
We're not tripping on that.
Is Food Community that's the channel, and Indicted is the show, or is that like?
Well, Food Community is a show that LA Eyekon does his podcast on. Now, Indicted is a show that he produces that his wife is the host of on a separate channel.
Yeah, her show be having black presence.
They do have a few. They do have a sprinkle of brothers on the platform, but it's predominantly.
So, are you saying in the context of what he was speaking, do you feel like we're underrepresented on his platform?
I do believe that we are underrepresented on the Food Community.
Is it a hip hop based platform?
Yeah, it is. I can tell you this: I got more Latino people on StreetTV than they have black folks on Food Community. That's a fact.
What's up with that, LA Eyekon?
That's a fact. That's a fact. In fact, I just did an incredible interview with an I-13. That's going to be coming out soon. I don't want to say his name because then all y'all going to rush to him and try to interview him before I even drop it. And then I just re-released an interview I did of a Latino from East LA, but that I dropped a couple years ago. I got a bunch of them. I did Sonny from Burbank. I got a bunch of them. In fact, I'm the first one to put Latinos from the streets on the internet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. Who was my first Latino interview? I think it was a dude from Florence. I did that interview in like 07, 08. I also did an incredible interview with a dude from Big Top Locals. I've been doing this. I've never discriminated.
My Armenian partner said he spoke to some Historino partners this week, and they was telling him how far back you go, how well they was familiar with what you do.
And here's another issue when it comes to interviewing Latinos, because I've been doing this since 05, 06, 07. The politics from their communities is a lot different, and it was much stricter or more strict in them years of not coming on camera, not doing interviews. The only exception is if you was a rapper. Now we're starting to see slowly changing.
Yes.
A whole bunch of non-rapping Latinos are popping out and showing themselves.
Correct.
So now there's an opportunity, and now that exists, there's a bunch of Latino-based platforms that they'll get them now.
Okay.
They get them.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I want everyone to know I was shooting y'all interviews 20 years ago when nobody else was doing it here in LA.
That's right.
Here in Los Angeles. The last thing I'll say about the Eyekon reaction was I didn't think that was cool when he said shout out Juneteenth. Juneteenth is not a person. It's a I don't know.
No, there was a tinge of arrogance attached to his whole little speech right there. It's cool. We could take that.
But I still want to invite LA Eyekon to chop it up with Spider on Factz Ova Feelinz, since y'all already had the back and forth going.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
And we are actually colleagues. We've worked together on multiple occasions.
It makes sense. And I worked with you, LA Eyekon, when we did the L-Boy interview. Well, that had to be at least 2013, 2014, L-Boy from Pasadena.
Okay.
I went and L-Boy asked me to pull up. So what do I usually do?
Pull up.
I pull up.
Pull up like Huggies.
I pulled up. He wanted me to shoot the behind the scenes of him shooting the video. And guess who was the videographer of his video that night?
Eyekon.
Eyekon was. So I always pulled up for L-Boy. I don't know even what happened to L-Boy. I haven't heard. I heard about bro in a minute. He was all over the internet in like 13, 14, 15. He was when there wasn't a lot of Latinos on the internet, L-Boy was the one.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he think LA is Mexicans. That's us. They got the stronghold on LA, so he figured we belong there. LA our shit. You know, and they quote Tupac a whole lot.
Yep, they take that line to heart.
That Tupac line, to live in LA, that go a long way with the Browns. You know what I'm saying?
And it does. I mean, we do the numbers and look at the landscape. Yes, I understand why they feel like LA is their home. No one argues that. But that doesn't mean that we are not at home without you being at our event. It's our home as well.
Yeah, but and then another thing, look at the cities and the signs.
El Segundo,
El Segundo,
San Pedro,
Santa Monica,
Alameda,
Los Alamitos,
Santa Fe.
Santa Fe out there, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, but.
And let me throw this out there. I don't want to say his name because we had a private conversation. Eventually, maybe we will go deeper on this. But someone from the food community reached out to me, and he said that Eyekon doesn't speak for all of the food community.
That's right.
And that I don't agree with some of the things he said. So I don't know how many people are affiliated with the food community. I don't want to just say.
Does food mean like food? Like, what's up, food?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's where they get that from, without the L on it.
Right.
So obviously, not everybody from the food community, which is probably multiple people, I don't know, agree with Eyekon on that.
I mean, hey.
And maybe we can get that dude to come on.
If y'all want to be at the party, y'all want to be down, y'all can say that. But that's not across the board. It doesn't go like that. Everybody don't even want to come to the party like y'all want to be at it.
Hey, we ain't gonna say y'all, because that's that dude. Who else you hear speak out on it?
Well, him.
Yeah, that directly at Eyekon, because I don't know if a lot of people, like a boy said, even agree with.
No, he's saying Alex came away with that. Even though that guy doesn't agree, he feels that there are that do over at that platform. I was talking to those.
Okay. We gonna get OGZ up here, because we know mutuals. You know what I'm saying? I want to know how he felt about the statement that he made.
Don't you think sometimes rappers just stay rappers and stay in their lane? Or do you think it's advisable for young rappers to express their political opinions?
That's why I said I think Lefty need to just rap. Like certain subjects he should stay away from.
Yeah.
Everybody not versed for this type of shit.
He'll make the mistake of letting everybody know how you really feel again.
Man, or you just not ready, bro. You can't articulate yourself. It's like some of these athletes is dummies and jocks.
Or he can mean exactly what he said and how he looked it like, too.
Okay, look who tried to represent us and talk to Trump, a comedian. Steve Harvey wasn't supposed to do that. I would prefer D.L. Hughley if it had to be a comedian, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't, that's not your lane. You tell jokes. Like, you know what I'm saying? So people should stay in their lane, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
Well, Tupac was one of the most vocal rappers in his time.
Yes.
He did not shut his mouth for nothing.
It's like every time he said some shit, that shit landed.
Yeah. Well, he comes, I believe that he was so passionate, so powerful with the words he said is because of who his mama was and who his stepdaddy was.
I found you must have saw the documentary they did last year.
Another one.
It was one like on Netflix. It was like they did like 3 episodes. It was like 3 weeks in a row they had an episode. That was that's when I got to really understand what his mother really went through with that trial and her whole coming up, the struggle she was.
No, I didn't see the doc. I've been researching the Black Panther Party since the 90s. I wrote in my master's thesis, I did a whole chapter on the Black Panther Party, and it's an incredible history, the stuff they've done, the laying out things when they needed to lay it out without hesitation.
Okay, well, this documentary highlights her personal experience with that party and all. She went through some cold shit being pro-perk.
I believe she went on trial for a couple of bodies,
and
right?
represented herself in one of them trials and did some. And it was some cold shit. It was cold.
And they all got found not guilty.
Yes.
But I'm gonna tell you, the coldest Black Panther story is right here in Los Angeles. 4-hour shootout with the LAPD on Central Avenue. Ain't no other Panther Party did that.
That's hard.
That's hard. For real.
The leader getting assassinated at UCLA because he was really a leader. That happened in Chicago as well with Fred Hampton. But they killed Bunchy Carter. Bunchy Carter was a Slauson. Just the whole, there were more Panthers in police shootouts in Los Angeles than any other city. More LA Panthers shot cops than any other city. So the LA story, and it's sad because the Chicago story has been told. You're talking about documentaries. That's the New York City story. But the L.A. story was told by, rest in peace, Greg Everett in a documentary that never got mainstream publicity.
How long ago was this documentary?
Well, he died during COVID in 2020, and
that's recent.
Yeah, he was trying to finalize it, but he just didn't have the support to tell that story. But I'm telling you, Geronimo Pratt going down for 20-something years for a murder that happened. He's in Oakland, and the murder's happening here in L.A., and they linked him to it. L.A. got the coldest Black Panther story to be told.
You should finish it. You should wrap it up.
Hey, hopefully, if Gregory Everett's wife is listening, I would love to, pick up the baton and run with it and see what we can make happen on that Black Panther story. He's got the last interview with Geronimo Pratt. He's got interviews with the guys in the shootout with the LAPD for 4 hours. Half them guys are deceased now. He's got the interviews with those guys. He's got and just an incredible amount of interviews.
Did Nipsey Dr. CB documentary ever come out?
I don't even know.
I think Nick Cannon tried to pick up the ball. Then I think when he got in that controversy saying the J word with them people, I think he dropped all that.
Well, maybe somebody can jump on the L.A. Black Panther story. But, hey, man, let's wrap this up. Anything else that we need to say regarding this L.A. Eyekon, quote-unquote, non-apology? You'll still have him. If he agrees, you definitely
the invitation is still open, man. I'm eager and interested to have some healthy dialogue on this subject in person, man. Not over text message, not when you say something on your platform. Let's talk about it like men and see if we can come to some understanding.
And if we don't get L.A. Eyekon, maybe another representative from the food community.
I was gonna say he need to come with some help. Like he should bring somebody else, like to piggyback and help him kind of express what he's trying to say. A lot of people don't know how to put words together, bro.
True.
All right, man. All our contacts, all our socials are in the show notes below. Tap in with Spider, Munchie, and myself if you want to leave us a DM, a question, or concern. Also, we're on Spotify, iHeart, and Apple. If you're listening to us on Apple, please, right now, leave us a rating and review, and you can even leave us a question in that review, and we'll be sure to tap in with it on our next episode. And thanks for listening to Straight Politicking. We out.